What's up YouTube? It's Ben, and in this video, I'm going to show you some software tools that every recruiter needs. All right, guys, so we're gonna jump right into this video. Listen, being a digital remote recruiter in 2021 and setting up your own recruiting or staffing agency requires a little bit of help. That would be help in the form of digital tools and software and Chrome extensions that we use to make things much more efficient and easy for us to operate. I am going to show you a basic core list of software programs and Google Chrome extensions that you will need when you start up your recruiting agency. So while you are smashing that blue like button on this video, I'm gonna hop into my computer to screen share with you. So we're inside my computer and I'm going to be showing you just a core basic list of a few software tools and some Google Chrome extensions that you would need when you are starting up your recruiting agency. So first and foremost, we're right inside here, inside Sales Navigator, LinkedIn Sales Navigator, that is. This is paramount. This is definitely a tool that most everyone needs to have. I highly recommend Sales Navigator just because of all the filtering functions and basically the fact that you can pretty much find anybody and everyone. You definitely want to be using Navigator. It's my absolute go-to. So with that being said, a simple way to go about this is I'm going to type in something like finance. It'll also give me suggestions, right? And then we can go through and filter out the geography, and I can pick pretty much wherever I want. New York City comes up. Okay, that's fine. I can choose the industry. I'm in finance, so I want to do, let's say something along the lines like financial services. LinkedIn Sales Navigator just allows me to do so much company headcount. If I only want companies that are from 11 to 50, companies that are from 50 to 200, I can filter all that stuff out and I can basically just create a perfect list of exactly what I want. Now, a secondary mention, I'm just going to make an honorable mention about this, is Octopus, right? A lot of people have heard about Octopus. Octopus is this Google Chrome extension right here. What it does is basically it allows me to either visit these profiles or connect with these profiles. Now, the deal with Octopus is recently, in the past month or so, LinkedIn has actually limited Octopus from 100 connections per day to 100 connections per week. So that kind of sucks, right? With that being said, it's an honorable mention. It is about $240 per year. I do think it's worth it. That's why I have it. And there's multiple other uses for it as well. I'm not going to go into those right now. Just want to talk about the tools and the software. So secondary to your LinkedIn profile and Sales Navigator, I want to talk about having some form of a email lead generator or an email scraper, as we like to call it, right? I personally utilize LeadLeaper. Okay, so LeadLeaper is essentially a Chrome extension. It's right here. It's the little frog, and what it does is it allows me to find anyone's email, most anyone's email. So if I were to click on someone's profile, there's actually a couple things I can do. I can hit LeadLeaper, and it should generate their email address. There we go. Got their email address right there. I have a work email for Kevin, and I can email that person. Now, at the same time, I can also run LeadLeaper on an entire page full of this list. So I can run 10 pages at a time, 5 pages at a time. It really doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, LeadLeaper or Snovio or UpLead, there's other tools like Contact Out. I actually have Contact Out right here. Does the same thing as LeadLeaper. At the end of the day, you really need to have an email generation tool. This is going to be part of your lead gen flow. So this is basically LeadLeaper showing me a list of about 100 leads or so that I've pulled that are all verified green by LeadLeaper, which is fine, but I'm going to talk about that in a second here. So essentially, running LeadLeaper allows me to scrape the emails 10 pages at a time. And on every page, there's 25 leads. So that essentially means that I can do 250 possible emails every single time I pull a LeadLeaper search. The next thing that you need is something to verify those emails. These emails are not 100% clean. So we generally use something called Neverbounce. This is something I recommend everybody. Neverbounce. There's also Zerobounce, and there's many others, but I particularly prefer this one. It's really simple. Essentially, what you would do is you would export, like a CSV file of this list, and you would pull it into neverbounce.com. You purchase a bunch of credits so that you can actually clean the list, and it's very affordable. You can essentially run a huge list for about $5, and you just drop a CSV right in here. And what it'll do is basically double check what LeadLeaper checked for you. And it will take off a bunch of other junk emails and things like that to make sure that your list you're sending to is clean. You don't get any bounces, things like that. That's why it's called Neverbounce. So that's Neverbounce. The next thing that you'll need software wise is a CRM. All right. So CRM, customer relationship manager, customer relationship management tool, whatever you like to refer to it as. Basically, it's going to be something that stores all your contacts. It's going to be something that stores all of your customer data, your contact data. And most importantly, it's going to have a very robust email function. So this is huge as far as email goes. Everybody knows that I'm an avid cold emailer. And as far as running emails, being able to actually run email campaigns, things like that, I personally use All Pro Web Tools, but there's also Crelate, that's Crelate. There's also Loxo, Loxo, and those are very specific recruiting CRMs. All Pro is a more generalized CRM, so it does have a ton of bells and whistles, but it's not recruiting specific, but it still does the job. So I can email thousands of people if I want to per day. And as you can see, there's, that's exactly what I do. So I have tons of campaigns and emails running all the time with All Pro. And so that is my email CRM right now, and that's what I utilize. So just to recap, you're going to want LinkedIn Sales Navigator, pretty much hands down. If you don't have that, you definitely want to get it. You're going to want some form of email lead generator. LeadLeaper is pretty cheap. It's $30 a month. There's also Snovio, UpLead, and Contact Out. Like I mentioned, those are just a handful, but there's a ton more of them. I definitely recommend Neverbounce or Zerobounce.com to verify those emails even more. And then you absolutely need an email CRM to email in bulk and send email campaigns like I've spoken about before. Last but not least, the question I get asked the most is how much are these tools going to cost me? What am I going to need on a monthly basis as far as budget when I'm just starting up? Generally, anywhere between $150 to $180 between LinkedIn Sales Navigator, LeadLeaper subscription, utilizing Neverbounce, and having All Pro in specific, because it's $30 a month. I can calculate it's anywhere about 150 to 180 per month in software costs. That is if you're just using these tools right here, the ones that I've shown you. So these are just the basic core tools. I'm going to hop back outside of my computer and I will see you on the other side. All right, guys. So that's a core summary of some tools and software that you would get when you are starting up your recruiting or staffing agency. These are just the basics. So that's all I wanted to show you. Obviously, there is a much larger system at play. There's a much larger flow and technique and everything to utilizing these tools and actually putting them into use where you can effectively run an agency, get clients, get candidates, do all of those things. But this is meant to just basically give you an idea of some of the software that you should probably get when starting up and some of the things you'll need when starting up. So if you found this video valuable, definitely smash that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and hit that alert button so you know every single time I come out with a new video. Until then.